The thoughts, views, and opinions of SLYTalk are strictly those of the host and guest, and not necessarily those of the management and owners of More 94 FM. This is SLYTalk.
Want to ask a question or contribute to today's show? The numbers to dial are 341-6673 or toll free 1-242-300-6673. WhatsApp a message at 816-8187. More Entertainment is definitely here on More 94.9. Always a pleasure having you kick it with us here on the hottest relationship talk show on the airways, SLYTalk. I am your girl, Sly. If you missed the last show, no need to worry, we got you. Head on over to our YouTube page to catch all previous episodes at SLYTalk. That's SLYTalk, all one word. Last week's topic was wives, what we need, what we want, and what will get you left. Guys getting married in short order, and those already married but struggling to figure out your leading lady. Get on over to our YouTube page now for that replay. I'd like to thank our sponsors today, Allen Young & Co. They've been hanging with us for a bit. You're always awesome. Got a gang of ironing to do, or your home is in need of a good spring cleaning? Give AYC a call today. That's 816-8171. 816-8171. Also kicking it with us is the Switcher House for the best lemonade, homemade lemonade, iced tea, and fruit punch. The Switcher House is your girl's first choice flavored beverages with that kick that will make you slap your mama. Your Bahamian mama, that is. The number to dial is 424-0445. That's 424-0445. We're also sponsored today by Zappa Entertainment. Zappa Entertainment presents Pure Wetness Pool Party, and that's tomorrow, guys. The Emancipation Day holiday tomorrow, August 7th, in the Pink Mansion, West Ridge, Atlantic Drive. Gates open at 2. Get advanced wristbands. I just set at $15 by calling 802-6788. That's 802-6788 again. Your wristband entitles you to one free drink upon entry. There will be bottle service and lots of radio ways. Security is strictly enforced for those ladies that are worried about looking good. SLYTalk encourages you to join in as a couple instead of alone. And if you cannot listen together, ensure that your partner has his or her radio locked on 194 for each episode of SLYTalk. If you have a friend, or you feel you may, a friend that you feel may find today's discussion useful, go ahead and give them a call or WhatsApp them now and get them tuned into 194. For the rest of you tuning in as a pair, hop in the car for that mid-afternoon drive, take out those wine glasses, and let's start the show. Turning the attention to my panelists today, we have Terrio.
Hey.
What are you today, Terrio? You what? The what?
Gangster.
You're a gangster. All right. And then we have our boy, Paradise Abaco. Many of you know him from the Facebook following Real Questions Women Want Men to Answer. He is divorced, and of course, I'm your girl, Sly. I am happily married. We may have our girl Simone drop in a little later. But, of course, we'll be hanging with you for the entire show. If you would like to call in during the show, remember the numbers to dial are 341-6673. That's 341-6673. Or you can send us a WhatsApp message at 816-8187. Or, as always, hit us up on our social media handles, Facebook or Instagram, at SLYTalk. That's all one word, SLYTalk. It's massively underestimated that men have feelings too. And while they aren't socially allowed to display their feelings as candidly as the female counterpart, they have got much to tell the ladies today. Today, married men speak up about their pet peeves within the marriage, the things women just don't get for life, and the things they refuse to accept. Some say it's not manlike to complain, just keep it moving, but it is unrealistic to continue to have a woman believe she is handling you the way she's supposed to when you are 2 seconds from walking out the door where respect is concerned. Marriage is not easy, but it can be a little bit easier if we understand each other. Last week, our women dealt their cards and went ham on our men for mishandling and insulting behavior where they were concerned. Today, our men say check yourself, little mama. I am a man. Our topic for today is, before I am your husband, I am a man. Treat me as such. Tion from our Facebook page inboxed us a question earlier. He said, why do women feel that they are the only ones due affection? They look to be pampered and treated like a queen, but who treats me like a king? My side check? That too. It's the reason men have additionals. Women today are too entitled and look for men to be their all in all, their financiers, their Prince Charming, the fathers to their children.
The sponsors.
But they fail to be wives. How is that? Abigail, how does a man cope in a situation where he cannot get the things he needs from his lady?
Replace her. No, what?
Really?
Realistically, what a husband does is attempt to communicate with his wife and let her know what he's lacking in that relationship. That's the politically correct answer.
Really, I don't want politically correct because half the time, there's no discussion had.
No, I think a lot of women have this myth that most men are only interested in sex, and I think once.
But that's a myth. Created by whom?
Women.
Men or women?
Women.
You sure about that?
No, if you truly talk to your man and in touch with your man's true feelings, you will realize that it's more to a man than just sex. And I think there's a misconception that was brought about by women. And
how was it brought about by women?
Because
I'm real confused. I'm of the belief that it was brought on by y'all. Go ahead and help me to understand how we did that.
That's a great question. I'll educate you right now. Okay, what happened was men usually don't express themselves a lot. They tend to be introverts. So what happens is if a woman is going to offer sex, he's going to take it. He's not going to argue and say no. But that's not necessarily all he wants from a relationship. Of course not. Men and women are somewhat similar in what they want from a relationship. The same thing most times what a woman wants is what a man wants. In my opinion, like respect, someone to listen to, someone they could express themselves to when they have a rough day. But most times men are looked at to be a rock and they can't express themselves. So the only thing I guess in a woman's mind is, okay, let me give this guy some of this and shut him up and set him to Seriously. And I think if you're in touch with your significant other, you will realize that men are extremely simple, that they are not difficult to get along with, but they only want to be respected. They want to, they want you to realize that they want to be loved as well. And that's my advice.
What do you think, Terrell?
I mean, I think I can agree with Abigail, because for me, even, you always want respect. That's the primary thing that most guys want, and most women don't know how exactly to give it. That they have love languages, and most women don't know men's love language. Most women want every man to know.
This sounds like a guessing game.
This ain't a guessing game, though.
So what do you mean most women know? I don't follow. What is the love language?
Like, you can be, it's communication, touch, and there's a lot of different facets to how you communicate with your partner to show them that you appreciate them and you love them.
That's sex.
That's not just sex.
Okay, so what else would you like?
So basically you say
you know what they do?
There's not a myth that men have. Women like money.
That's it.
And only pretty much money I can get any woman when I
Listen,
and I know that can't be true.
Listen, Linda.
Miss Lindon.
Listen, Lindon. We need to know what the man need. What do the men need? What makes you feel disrespected?
We need women to understand us. Most men share similar insecurities. I mean, like we share the insecurity about finances. We worry about being able to provide for our families. Sometimes men suffer in silence because that's what's on their mind.
That is the primary reason.
Right. They feel like if they lose their jobs, they'll feel less valued as a man or as a father or as a provider. So that's always in the back of their minds. Like, okay, I need to make sure be able to be able to take care of the bills.
But is it possible that you take that on your own? Is it possible that the female...
bred that way.
Is it possible that the female that you're with is not even concerned with that? Like, you could be taking it on in your mind all by yourself.
Which country? Not Nassau, though.
What?
There's
some women who are not driven by that.
The first thing they say,
lose their job today, I don't know that every woman is going to attack you for that.
No,
they won't attack you directly.
I think subconsciously on your mind, you may be thinking...
They will attack you subtly. Like, it won't be a direct attack. It'll be like around the corner...
I think if you were the type of guy who is going to sit back and allow that to be prolonged,
you miss what I'm saying. I'm not saying if he loses his job or not. I'm simply saying that's one of the insecurities that men have. Yeah. Men worry about being able to provide. Because
so then why not just make money? Why not just make them up? I can appreciate a guy who has 5 jobs.
No, you miss what I'm saying. I'm saying
I can appreciate a guy that has 5 jobs versus a guy that goes to one job and then complain that he ain't making enough to do what's necessary.
The same way a woman would be worried about being a good mother or certain things that women have insecurities about their shape or their size. Men have insecurities about
our personal insecurities.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Most men.
Right, and so that has no reflection on the female because she's not making you feel that way. You making yourself feel that way. It's a mental game you play on your own.
No, it's 2 ways. Society does play a role in that.
A huge role in that. The first thing you'll hear what most people would say is the Bible says men got to be good providers.
And it does. Why we always moving away from
I'm simply trying to show you in the back of my from small we're taught to.
You should.
Let's put it like this. The standard for what the family is doing is usually set by the woman. So what the family does is usually set forth by the female.
Right.
The affordability of said standards are set by the man.
Okay.
That's kind of how it works. So a woman would say, because before y'all get married, she's going to say, listen, I want this, and I want to be like that. I sure you had your rules, your regulations.
No, I did not.
You had your Barbie and Ken dream house thing going together a long time. Exactly, but you got to bring that to fruition. So when he finally said, hey, let's get together, you done had your list long time in the back of your head. You done had your dream house, the car, how much kids you want, what color dog it was, the kind of clothes you want in the closet.
I think every woman has that.
I'm saying, but now it's up to the man to bring that to fruition. Because you're going to say, all right, I'm going to have the kids, I'm going to make the stuff, I'm going to prepare this, I'm going to do that. You go out there and make all this happen. But there's
another insecurity that men have too when it comes to pleasing his woman, even sexually as well. Because you don't want to be looked at as a man who can't please his woman in that particular arena as well.
Who's looking at you? You say you don't want to be looked at.
No, I'm saying these are insecurities that men have.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
I'm just saying finances is one.
Right. Sexually.
Being able to please his woman in the bedroom is one. Being respected by...
So what would you do about that to make that better?
No, this is where... No, I'm saying these are personal insecurities that men have. And I'm saying the only way you can make this better is you communicating with your spouse and... Where you guys can
identifying what it is that she wants.
You're right, and it should. And the bad thing is, it shouldn't. I don't know how society
gets it. What she wants changes. Like
not even that. You hear what you said? What she wants, and it always seems to circle around what the woman wants.
But that's your insecurity. You just said
no. I'm saying it should be and this is why I said communicating with your spouse, where we both. You find out what pleases your husband or your significant other, and he find out what's pleasing him. But it's usually about what the woman wants.
But why do you think you're insecure about that, though? Like
no.
Okay, so listen. Okay, watch this. Here's what I'm visualizing.
Yeah, visualizing.
Initially, you would have been dating this person, right? And y'all had good sex before you got married, right?
Yeah.
Now you're married, and all of a sudden you don't know how to work it. Really?
It's different. No, it ain't that.
I was talking in general. I'm not saying I'm talking in general. I'm saying if you talk to an average guy, most guys, worry about finances, and that's what I'm saying. It's not me per se. I'm saying most guys want to be able to provide, want to be able to please a woman, want to be able to do certain things.
I want to know what do I do to hurt your feelings? What do I do to make you feel less of a man? I don't want to know about their insecurities because they're yours.
The insecurities are what are played on to make a man feel less than.
Let's go.
A lot of men tend to feel not appreciated. A lot of men feel put on the back burner by women because some women, not all, I can't speak in absolutes, but some women are self-absorbed. It's all about them. It's all about how he pleases me in this relationship, and most times the man gets put on the back burner and he is trying to audition for his wife or trying to keep her happy, and it's not really about him in a relationship. And sometimes some men resent their girlfriend or their wife because they're so used to trying to please her. He himself don't get pleased in the process, and not condoning it sometimes to have that other female. I'm not, like I said, I don't condone it. Who saying, how are you today?
But that's temporary as well, you know that.
No,
when you decide you can hold on.
I'm just addressing your question.
I could go there for you. Since you went there, if you're gonna go outside, I always tell, I have brothers and stuff like that I talk to.
I'm saying I don't condone it. You shouldn't go outside. You should communicate with your significant other.
Can I make my point?
Go ahead,
at the end of the day, if you step out and you decide that, okay, I'm gonna be with this other chick, including my loyalties with my wife, right? Whomever it is you step out with is going to make it. They're gonna want you initially the way you are, but things will shift. A lot of things are going to shift in that eventually the same issues you have with your wife you can have with this female too. It's a misconception. It's a misconception that that's not going to eventually happen in the long run. The female is going to eventually be the same type of female you're dealing with at home.
I agree, and this is why I said you should.
So what you running from, you running too.
I agree, and this is why I said you should talk to your spouse and try to find the issue or the primary cause of your problem before going outside. And that's another popular situation or thing that men and women tend to do is go outside the marriage trying to address the situation that's in their marriage.
I agree. So here are some of the things that I have, in speaking with guys, they have said that they, have a problem with, and I feel it makes them feel a little bit emasculated. Things like telling him how to raise his son. Okay. Complaining about him and not showing him affection when he feels, when he needs it. Turning him down when it comes to sex. Like,
nagging. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Nagging about.
Oh, man.
Nagging about what?
Everything in general. I mean,
women do not listen. Bump that. Women do not nag. Our girl Simone, is here. Hi, Simone.
Hi, Sly.
So, what do you mean nagging? Women don't nag for nothing, boo.
No.
Women don't nag for nothing. Get that in your head.
You just nagged just now.
No, guys out there, women do not nag for no reason. They always have a reason. You gotta listen to the lingo.
Instead of nagging, see, because nagging is always going out like just like your child will say, mommy. And after a while, you tend to tune your child out a little bit. And say, oh hell. My thing is, nagging is instead of you talk to your spouse and say, listen, this is what I need you to do, and leave it. And
but what's the difference?
What's the point?
Continue to run.
What's the point of readdressing? No.
I wanted, but
let's just say this. What is the point of readdressing an issue that's already resolved or seemingly resolved?
You think it's resolved,
but
it's not resolved.
But then, if you give you the opportunity to say, hey, let's sit down and talk about this for 2 hours, and we get all through 2 hours, and then right after the 2 hours,
you go back to doing the same stupid.
No, I never said that. But you just come back and it's like, so what about this again? You'd be like, hold on, we just dedicated 2 whole hours of Jesus' time to talk about this issue.
But what caused her to bring it up again?
Because you always have an extra question. There's always an extra question.
Oh my God.
There's always a point that y'all, like Oprah, y'all like look online and see like an extra piece of it.
I have a question. I have a question that I had to ask. I was told to ask the women in here. We all know that men are visual creatures. Why do most women, well, not all, a lot of women, when they in long-term committed relationships, they tend to let themselves go. That's a pet peeve by
church. Yeah.
No, that's a pet peeve
of men.
Because we're talking about men, and with men, like I'm just saying.
Is it possible that y'all can't appeal?
No, let him finish his words.
Last week was Women's Week. This is with men. complain to
When you
me
say
about.
let ourselves go, you
Let
mean
themselves go. I mean, they
look
tend
down?
to
Pop down.
Yeah, they tend to. I mean, of course, we know that in any relationships, you tend to get relaxed and you tend to start wearing the cap with women tend to wear. Like, hey,
Bye.
yeah, come on, man.
The big T-shirt to
The
bed.
big T-shirt and the stuff in your face and stuff. Listen to me. Okay, listen. In a committed relationship, yes, I know. So
You gotta see the real person at some point.
That ain't the real person, though. Emphasis should not
necessary,
cease.
boo. We are
Yeah, but who you?
individuals. Hold on, wait a minute.
Let me finish my point.
Well, let you to stop dating that dude for women to get another dude. You wasn't putting on none of that stuff.
It's like you preparing for somebody else.
You're crazy,
Like you come to bed with all this gook on your face and the tank cap on and whatever. You preparing to get dressed in the morning for somebody else, but not when you coming home to me.
You crazy.
No, but listen, what I'm saying is you gotta.
Y'all trying to go to bed looking like the ghost of Christmas past.
When you were dating,
That's what y'all trying to look like.
When you were dating somebody, hello, okay? When you're dating somebody, you're not able to see the things that they do when they go into bed.
I agree.
That's what I said last week.
Hang tight.
But you
Me
can't
as
be
an
that
African, as a African black skin individual,
Oh, Lord.
I have to wrap my hair at night. Boo.
That's not true.
You mean wrap that weed?
Get a silk pillow. Get a satin pillow.
No,
Get
even
a
that
satin
you don't
pillow.
see. Even that you
Throw
don't
your
see.
scalp on
You
that.
know what you used to see, and you used to see in Rihanna with her.
When you talking about Rihanna?
No, you used to see
When you talking about Rihanna?
celebrities fixed up or whatever
No.
on the screen.
I'm used to seeing
That's
girls.
a reality, boo.
We used to see-
The makeup comes off. The
Hold
makeup comes. You wouldn't like to see some of them without makeup.
But let's talk about behavior in women, because let's not talk about the hair because it's purchased. It's not real.
Oh,
You can
but
take it off
hey,
and
my
hang it
hair
up.
is real,
Most of them, I'm just
bro.
saying, if it's real, get yourself a nice satin pillow. And you lay your head on that side. Because that's the same thing you're going to wrap around, or silk.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
but sometimes you have
It's
to
not
hold
the
the
same.
style.
Listen, don't try to
And
get
you gotta
this.
protect
Listen,
the
Don't get in
end.
this.
We going back to the men, because we got to pay for the hairstyle anyway. You might as well sleep with it out and look good for us. Let me wake up 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sleep half the night.
It don't matter, because if I
15
wake up
hours.
if I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and I want to grab on, I don't want to grab on a stocking cap.
But another thing I think.
Take the stocking cap off.
That's
do
feel
it
like
on
I'm
your hat.
no, I don't want to grab on Hattie Mae hosiery.
but
You know what? Into that, you cutting off the shoe piece, you cut off the foot piece of the stocking and wrap it around your head and think I want to lay. No, sweetie.
But another
No.
But another mistake I think women tend to do as well is not be insecure about their man or their husband. Like for instance, why flip out or get angry at your man if he might look at another woman in the morning?
Say it.
I mean, he's with you. I mean,
Why are you looking though?
Hold on.
If I know who you want to be with, why you looking?
if I've been with you for
That's not
time
disrespectful.
immemorial.
I would never look.
Is it
I would
disres-
never look
is
at
it
another
disres-
man with my
No,
leg on the
let me
side.
ask you a question quick, okay? This is a very nice.
Hold on,
This
I
is
said
hold on.
disrespect.
Let me say.
I'm not saying I'm not looking at her like, oh my god. No, if
It's
you
just a
walk
person.
Your
This is
eyes
human
doesn't
being.
know how to use your eyes properly.
What are you talking
When you look, you're gawk.
No. Let me ask you a
Women
question.
look subtly and look away.
Hey, this
I should
ring is
be
your
able
ring,
to-
right?
I should be able to look,
Who picked this ring for you?
What's your point?
I just asked you who picked that. Did you pick that?
It's possible. I can't
Right.
remember. It's
Did you look at another ring like after that?
What's your point?
You think he should feel bad if you look at another ring? He put all of that effort into purchasing that ring? That you gawking at a new fake 4-cat ring? That's what we're saying. You could always, I could look, if me and you walk in, I could look at another woman and say, you know what? She look alright. But yeah, my woman look better.
What's the
Hold on,
point?
listen to me. This is what you mix it. I'm with you. I choose to marry
So then
you.
why look?
I'm not gonna break my neck.
You can look when you with your boys. Don't look with me.
What do you say?
No, I think, hold on, let me say this. I think it's a big difference between if you are in passing and you see another female versus she passed you long time and you breaking your neck to
That's the
look back.
difference. That's the.
So do you think it's healthy then when you could actually have that conversation as a couple?
I agree. You should do that.
You should do that.
We'll get back into that. Don't go away. More picking of the husband's brain in just a moment. Sly Talk returns with more relationship talk after these words from our sponsors.
What? I will.
More 94. More
Entertainment. Real Talk Live has dominated the talk show scene for more than 10 years. Legacy continues, bringing a fresh perspective, objective views and opinions, thought-provoking and insightful real talk.
Listen, you can't see the vision of a new leader if you don't give him the chance to show you the vision.
Join Professor Rudy Taylor
I'll be your host
every week.
weekdays from 10 to 12. Call and call you live.
Good morning, Professor Tinker.
What you saying, brother?
Man, welcome home.
Professor Rudy Taylor is on More 94.
Parliamentary Act of 1991. You tell me 1991 today has been like 20-something years, and ain't nobody put some glasses on and reread this thing over and say this don't make no sense?
Oh, try something new, man. You got these young fellas there, these young little snappers. You holding them back for these old farts, man. Throw them out to the yard with the rest. You guys are awesome. I really like you.
More entertainment is on More.
Hey, you. Yeah, you in the car right now. You're listening to your favorite radio station, More 94. So guess what? Step out the car, pull out your smartphone, and keep listening. More music never stops. You can keep listening live on your phone with the More 94 mobile app.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's me, Aaron.
What up? It's yours truly, Kimmons.net, and I want to remind you to download the More 94 mobile app to receive hot exclusives direct to your phone. More 94 Live. More entertainment is on More 94. Yours truly, Big L in the building alongside Kimmons.net. It's the morning after show. Exclusive video stream. Now that's giving you more. Yeah, you know what it is. It's Rock Willie, and it's all about the More 94 mobile app. It's your boy Cam the Comfort checking in. Right there on the beat. Hey, just search More 94, download and install. Available in your Google Play and Apple App Store. So if your favorite song is on, keep listening by hopping on the More 94 mobile app and press play.
More entertainment is on More 94.
Feast your eyes on Marco's Ultimate Italian Flavor. This great bundle won't disappoint. For only $24.99, your family can enjoy one large 2-topping pizza, a hot stuffed 2-topping calzone, and a refreshing 2-liter soda. Baked fresh daily and loaded with quality ingredients, you're guaranteed to enjoy this amazing deal. With 4 locations in Nassau and 1 in Freeport, order our irresistible Ultimate Italian Flavor today. Marco's Authentic Italian Pizza.
More 94.
The entertainment capital of the Bahamas.
Yeah.
We built a better radio station to entertain you.
That's only the plan.
More entertainment is on More 94.
Want to ask a question or contribute to today's show? The numbers to dial are 341-6673 or toll free 1-242-300-6673. WhatsApp a message at 816-8187. And we're back. Want to remind you that today's sponsors are Allen Young & Co., DAPA Entertainment, and The Switcher House. If you are just joining us and want to be a part of the conversation, the numbers to dial are 341-6673. That's 341-6673. You can also WhatsApp a message to us at 816-8187 or hit us up on our Facebook or Instagram platforms at SLYTalk. That's SLYTalk, all one word. Our topic today is, before I am your husband, I am a man. Treat me as such. The men ain't playing a day, boy. Y'all ain't playing a day. I have a statement, I guess, from a Ross from the WhatsApp platform, and he says, men want a woman who listens and is capable of communicating, be a wife in the streets and an animal in the bedroom. A great mother, etc., etc. It's easier for a man to please different women by doing the same thing for each one than it is for him to please one woman for the rest of his life. What do you say to that?
Wow.
Wow.
You know what?
That's deep.
Very.
I hope that person ain't married.
I hope so either. But you know what I think that would correlate to that? Men are consistent, right? And in the beginning of a relationship, women want consistency until they decide they want something else. So
really?
That's the yeah. I mean, that's my personal opinion.
That's
right. Women do want consistency. If you meet a guy, you would want him to be nice to you. You'd want him to be courteous. You'd want him to be respectful. You want him to be these things because that's what builds the attraction. That's what deposits into your love bank for him to build and to gain your trust, to gain your attention, to gain your affection, to gain your admiration. All that comes with that, and then you decide, okay, now that I see what you got, here's what I need you to add to the package. And then that's up to him to say, well, it's incumbent upon him to say whether or not he can be all the extra things outside of what it is you already like about him.
But is it after you married?
Before or after. Sometimes it happens during the dating phase.
Here's a popular mistake a lot of women tend to do. They tend to feel that they could change the man. For some reason, they feel that, okay, you know, he's lacking this, he's lacking that. You know what? This is my pet project.
What is wrong with that?
No, but you can't change no one.
It's not about changing. I think it's about helping that person to be their better self.
No, but listen,
I met my husband in baggy jeans. He no longer wears those things. He wears loafers and short pants.
He's doing it probably to you, but I'm saying.
Yeah, but he looks sexy like that.
Yeah, so you to you.
So at the end of the day, what is wrong with upgrading somebody?
I'm simply saying he got to be innate. I have to do it because I want to do it, not doing it just to please you. And that's a popular.
But why? Why not do it to please me? Why not?
I struggle with that because when you talk about unconditional love, then that means I love you in your baggy pants. When I
accept you with my flaws,
and I accept you, but if you want to upgrade, then I support your upgrade.
But okay, so watch this. Watch this now, right? You may love somebody, I may love somebody 90%, and 10% of that person irritates me. Some of those things you may want to tweak. Yes.
Yeah, but there has to be with their consent. If they choose not to tweak,
I don't think I disagree.
10%.
I don't think I disagree with the changes. At the end, if you're an outspoken person, you may disagree.
Because I've heard guys who would say that. You're like, why you all women always think you all got to come and change what I wear and all this other stuff. I like what I wear, and I'll wear it. Maybe if it don't really make me look like a turd, then I'll wear it.
So what if you bump into a dude that and I'm not discriminating, what if you bump into a dude that smokes and you say, okay, I met you smoking, but I'd like to help you to not smoke?
I know some dudes like that. They'll tell you straight up they're choosing not smoke over you.
Well, they don't smoke.
You better learn. What you meet me like this?
What may happen is they may not smoke in front of you, but when they out on the streets, they smoke under the bridge somewhere.
Yeah.
So you can't. What I'm saying is, you can encourage somebody to change, but it has to be something that they want to do. And another thing, you can't pressure nobody, especially when it comes to men. They have to do it because they want to do it. Because if you pressure me, I may get frustrated and tend to resent you down the road. I may do it initially, but just to shut you up. But I may resent you as the relationship goes on and on and on. And that's what, you have to be mindful of as a woman. You don't want to pressure your husband to do something that he really doesn't want to do.
Well, speaking of resentment, we have a caller that would like to remain anonymous. So for the show, I'll call you G.I. Joe.
Oh, boy.
From our WhatsApp platform, he says, I don't even bother my wife anymore. I don't ask her for sex. The answer is always no. I don't look for her to be supportive because she sees my ideas as inferior. I don't look to feel like a man in my home. I feel like one of the kids to be disciplined and talked down to. I no longer talk to her about things I think are important. I simply do my job or the role that has been assigned to me and wake up and go to sleep daily. I hate my marriage.
In an instance like this, that's no longer his wife. That's just his roommate. That's pretty much what that is. They just roommates.
That's sad.
Somewhere he lost his mind somewhere in that relationship somewhere. He should have had that off from the break.
But that's the question. How do you identify when that turn is happening?
When I start feeling like a child in my relationship, that's when I say that's enough. Hold on, honey. Hold on. What do you mean I have to go to bed without porridge? No, we need to.
Please, man, I have some more.
So if your wife's tired, she can't say, babe, man, order some pizza.
Yes, no, I'm simply saying, no, I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying when I start feeling like a child and she's dictating to me, that's when we're gonna have. Even before that, but that's where we're going to have a conversation where I think he let whatever was happening in that relationship, he let it go on too long.
And so you don't think it's possible for him to pull her back now?
Maybe she's not listening. Obviously.
She might don't even value him as a man anymore because she might look at him as a little boy. Like, sometimes I don't think women want to be controlled, but they don't want someone that can run over either, in my opinion. I think a woman wants their spouse to lead. And not dictate, but to lead and give a vision where they want to go. And then the woman have to put on the, like you're always saying, put on the pants and lead. I don't think she respects you anymore. And I think that's what happened in that situation.
Cool. So here are a few more of those things that men said really irritate them and make them feel emasculated. They mentioned comparing me to other males.
Ooh.
Yes.
You see those guys you see as more successful or more organized, more achieving than me. Also, they indicated you discuss men in a condescending manner when generally speaking. Also, assuming you know what I'm thinking all the time, ignoring my perspective during arguments, making everything but me a priority, relying on sarcasm to communicate, nagging, like you guys said, about the same thing over and over and over again, like a broken record, giving off an air of superiority in the home as the female. What you say to that?
I say he should nip that in the bud. Just like...
How does a woman establish that, though?
Hold on. But what I'm saying is, anybody will feel insecure if their significant other start to compare them to somebody else. If I keep on saying...
that's not cool.
If I keep on saying, man, Felicia from the office, wow, she her butt is better than your butt.
Come on now, you talking about no butt.
No, I'm simply saying, I'm just using a scenario. I mean, I think you will eventually be insecure if I'm always picking at you saying, well, you need to work on your tummy or you need to do this. Eventually, that could lead to some serious insecurities. So if you keep on saying, wow, look at Tommy, he got a new car, look at the neighbor he got another job, or if you keep on throwing that in my face as a man, I'll be insecure.
Some women that superiority thing. I think that's what she was just saying.
Some women think that that's helpful though. To show you things, like to say, oh, look at that as an example.
To be more.
That's not pushing a man to be more.
Hold on, but it's your delivery though. If I keep on ridiculing you,
I don't think there's no way I can say that like that.
No, if you're overweight and I keep on ridiculing you and not encouraging you or telling you let's go running on Montague or whatever, I don't think that would be less as an encouragement. It would be more like, I don't want to go home because I know he can pick at me or he can say something negative towards me.
But how do I say Tommy's car looks better? How do I say that in a better way?
The same way he's saying with the weight issue. If you fall off a little bit, and I'm trying to indicate to you, I'm gonna be like, you see Apico wife? Man, her stomach's so flat. She got a 10 pack.
You're trying to get
but that's you pointing at another man car. Why not say, hey babe, you know what I saw? I saw this other car, not Tommy's car.
Right.
I saw another car, and I think if we are able to budget this amount for this amount of period, we'll be able to get a car like that. I think that'll look good on us. That's a big difference than you pointing at another.
I feel like a team. I feel like my wife just helped me.
And don't let Tommy show up, because that gonna make me extra pissed now, because he can't come. He's not gonna be able to come to my house no more. You're talking about, well, now you better sit in your car and eat dinner.
I think it's all in the delivery and how you relay your message to your significant other. If you come at me in a certain way, I me looking at you as not as nagging me and trying to pull me down and emasculate me as a man.
And I think in most cases as couples, when persons feel that there is an opportunity to do something else in the relationship or to upgrade their relationship or take it to another level especially in the financial realm, most people don't know how to communicate that to each other. Like you said, you would come and you would say, we need to get this, or someone got that, why we ain't got it yet, versus taking the time, researching.
It's your approach,
because as a couple, you should research things together, even if it's whether it's separate or together. If you have enough knowledge on it,
practical.
It is practical.
In
today's, yes. Because if you know that the house costs a certain amount of money and you're tired living in a 1-bedroom apartment, then you need. If somebody got to stay, both of y'all ain't gonna do it at the same time. In most cases, the couple isn't gonna do it.
I may be the researcher, and you may be the financier.
I get that part, but what I'm saying is you do your part to say, well, hey, this is how much. I found a house that's this amount. I'm thinking to be able to afford that, versus you need to find somewhere to live because I can't stand being in here. And he didn't know what to look for.
But she's frustrated. She's trying to get her.
Yeah, but you think he ain't frustrated as well? He may not just he just may not. As we all spoke, men don't communicate our frustrations often.
Why?
Because if the pressures of the relationship, most of the financial obligations, most of the family's needs come before us.
Too, you know.
Not saying that, but you all communicate all of them. That's where the nagging comes in too. We already spoke about all of that. That's where all of this comes in. We get pelted with these pellets all day. Y'all don't throw big rocks.
We get pellets all day as well.
No, y'all get burst. No, we burst y'all with big rocks. We throw boulders at y'all. Like if a man let go at you, you getting socked in your head with a big old rock. Y'all throw mini pellets. Like y'all pellets hitting us. It don't hurt us, It annoys us. Yeah, like a mosquito bite. If you had a mosquito in your ear, it's just like all day. That's how y'all get.
At the end of the day, I think men are not valued and not appreciated enough in relationships, in my opinion. And like I was saying, men tend to get put on the back burner, and it seems to be all about women, what women want, what she wanted to relationship, and it shouldn't be that way. I mean, and so if you, like I was telling you, if you have, and like going back to not condoning it, but if you have somebody on the outside, and this goes for both the female and the male, telling you, not burden you down with those issues in the relationship, saying,
"Cause she
let me finish. But what I'm saying is this what makes people gravitate to outside. Well, I don't have to go. Hold on, I don't have to go home to that nagging, and she just complimenting me on. Or making me feel good, like, you know what, go take that course. You know what, let me finish, give me 2 more seconds. Go take that course. Go, you know what, you should apply or get for the promotion instead of going home like, listen, why you didn't do this? Would you didn't do this? And so you have on the outside,
that's a facade.
On the outside, you have someone encouraging you, and then when you get home, all you hear is nagging, and that goes for the male and the female. I'm not saying that on one gender does that. If you have a husband who's always complaining about you or saying that you're not good enough when you go to work or somewhere in a different environment, you have this other guy saying, you look beautiful today. Wow, you did that really well. Eventually, human nature will gravitate towards that person who's giving you positive feedback.
So what about the person who does that, who supports you, and then you feel you got to upgrade her? You know, the starter wife. She ain't good enough to go where you go in, but she helped you get where you go in.
I think we spoke on this issue before.
Kevin Hart type of situation.
No, we spoke on this issue before. But
then we spoke about that last week, where people grow apart.
They grow. You grow out of your partner, and in some cases, I've seen where people, you know, your partner has given you support to upgrade you or bring you to a certain point, and if you bring a person up to a certain plateau or to a certain level, but you yourself don't seek to get there with them, or you decide, I get to there, and I could just chill right down here, and when you get up there, you could just reach your hand down and grab me up.
And then they ain't interested in reaching down, they reaching up.
Because if they push, in some cases, you know, they push themselves further and beyond.
I agree
and
with
you
that.
just sit there at a stagnated place, like almost like you rely on them.
That tend to happen a lot with men. I see a lot of men tend to invest in their spouse in terms of sending them to school or help put them through school. And when a woman gets to a certain level, she can't communicate with you no more because she's
already above.
She's so smart now.
And what happens is now she's in an environment where guys are at that same intellectual level
but if
now.
she's a good girl, she will stay.
No, but sometimes how could you reach back if his job in his mind was just to help you there? And he don't want to educate himself either.
But if he don't want to educate himself, then you could just have to deal with what it is.
But his money got you.
Yeah, his money got you. No, I'm saying
you gotta deal with him. And
so speaking of that, I'm glad you bring that up because one of our Facebook persons said to me when I mentioned, you know, acting like you're superior in the home, the female acting like she's superior in the home. Now I know, you know, some females who have been and gotten their education and so forth have evolved into these alpha females. And that's a whole different topic for another day. But when you become an alpha female and you leave your husband behind, in terms of, you know, elevating himself, and you know, walk around the house bossing him around and telling them, you know, do this and do that, and you need to be home by this time, and and you begin to, you know, you begin to emasculate him. What do you say to an alpha female out there that's in a relationship?
She needs to leave her alphaness at the door when she comes home, and then pick it up when she goes back on the door. Because remember,
is that practical?
No, you have to know how to balance that. I mean, in anything. I mean, if I'm surrounded by, or if I'm in a military job and I'm used to dictating to my peers or whatever, I cannot bring that same dictatorship home to my. I shouldn't bring it home to my wife.
But what is she making more than you?
I don't. You missing what I'm saying?
I'm just asking this
If she's making more to me, that's besides the point. You need to know, as a good woman, know how to balance that out.
That's not easy.
You have a problem with that?
No, you know what?
I'm making more.
No, I don't have a problem. I just think that people need to learn to love people and use things.
I like how also y'all like in unison was like, no, we don't have no problem with that. But I think guys have a problem with that.
We only have a problem with that when
I think women
listen,
making more than a
I
man.
think, you know when that becomes a problem? When Rob Day come and when she throw it in your face. That's when that's an issue.
Personally, I have a dream.
You may not do that.
I have a
women do.
I aspire to be a house husband, to a very to a very wealthy woman. I'm just kidding, but no, I'm saying if you have a spouse that makes a lot of money, that makes more than you, I think it goes right back to the same point that we made of that person being elevated above you. If you were a plumber, you're making $25,000 a year. Mm-hmm. You spend 10 out of your 25,000 putting this lady through school. She ends up making $100,000 a year. You probably got to bring it to $30,000 a year. She feels as if she's outgrown you. She's going to treat you as such because once that money comes in, your lifestyle goes up. Women tend your $25,000 doesn't support your new $50,000 lifestyle. You could half that, but more than likely she's going to take the position there.
But the reason what happens is a lot of women tend to associate a man's value with money. Yeah. And if that's the case, you will be overlooked, and she will look at, because in this society we look at success as how much toys and money and materialistic stuff you have.
Assets.
So what if you don't do that and men still feel like they have to assert their masculinity? You know, just because you are who you are. I've encountered that a lot. Men just make assumptions. Because you may be smart, because you work hard, they assume that you are a certain way when you're not.
Well, that's true, but I think we all make assumptions, and it's being said that within 10 seconds of meeting someone, we judge them based on their perception, they're out with a parent or whatever. I think we all tend to make assumptions until you actually get to know someone. I sure... Miss Fing over here, I've had. Hold on. Let me listen. I'm sure she had persons say, or had women or may come up to her and say, I thought you were some type of way until I met you. You're actually a nice person. I sure none of you guys never heard something like that in your lifetime.
Oh yeah.
So I said it to say people make assumptions and sometimes it's really incorrect. And so men are no different. We may look at a successful woman and say, well, she's stuck up or she's high maintenance, only to find out she's the nicest person in the world.
Okay.
And vice versa.
But it's not on the twist.
I know what I'm saying.
So what about short revealing clothing? What about your lady wearing short revealing tight clothing?
I have no issues with that. I have no issues with that.
Interesting.
No, listen, let me quantify what I'm saying. I have no issues with that if she's with me.
Seriously?
No, listen, hold on.
I ain't even going to try to play that.
I being real with that. Hold on. I being real, because listen to me. This is my motto. When I'm in a relationship, I would tell my spouse, listen, wear it, show your body off whilst you can before it goes down south. Why not? Show your body off, especially to me, if I love you and I know I can trust you, I have no problems with you being sexy. I'm not saying being raunchy, but all your booty hanging out, that's a difference. Being sophisticated and sexy and wearing something short is different from being slutty. I'm not saying dress slutty, but at the end of the day, it goes back to trust. You can't, remember, this is not, you don't own this person. And so you shouldn't be able to dictate to them, like, to the point that, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this. If the person mutually respects you, she's not going to do anything to bring disrespect to her husband. Mm-hmm. So even in that way, when she's out, she represents her husband. So I wouldn't even have to worry about her wearing anything slutty, because she knows what I like and I don't like.
Now I can say this, right? Personally, I feel in the whole. There's no point in you looking slutty, because especially in Nassau,
but where I'm saying
short and revealing. Sorry, let me be specific.
You can wear tight.
You can wear tight. I wear tight, but I wear clothes that I like. I don't put that fit. But if you're going to go to the point where you yourself know that what you're wearing could put you at potential risk, then you can think about some things. Like I see some ladies it don't make sense. Like if you walk in and 10 dudes trying to grab your girl from you because she look like she don't belong to you in the first place, like you just may need to reassess what you telling her you like her wearing.
Now that's a very valid point. However, let's say for instance what this person is wearing or what your lady is wearing is in the gym. Let's say she's wearing some tights.
Listen,
is that a problem for you?
No, that's not a problem. That's now the gym. I personally,
that's a whole position.
If we are in the gym and she is dressed appropriately in
What's
the gym,
appropriately in the gym?
tights and tight stuff, that's fine because you're trying to get that body right, and to God be the glory. So. In that case, but if we're out, I think you should take into consideration the fact that you're with me, and obviously, that's like me walking around in the pants with everything hanging out, and for women to be gawking at me, because eventually you're gonna be like, listen, you're doing too much, buddy. I don't care how good you may think I look, you're gonna be like, listen, Terrio, you're doing too much. You got too much hanging out here. You're showing too much of your stuff off. That's like me wearing gray, what you call it?
Sweatpants.
Gray sweatpants to church. You know what I'm saying? That's like me wearing gray sweatpants to church. I'm doing the church hug. You can stop me somehow.
This conversation is steamy. More relationship talk in just a moment when Sly Talk on More 94 returns.
Is on More 94.
Has dominated the talk show for more than 10 years. Legacy continues, bringing a fresh perspective, objective views and opinions, thought-provoking and insightful real talk.
Listen, you can't see the vision of a new leader if you don't give him the chance to show you the vision.
Professor Rudy Tinker.
I'll be your host
every week.
Weekdays from 10 to 12. Morning, calling you live.
Good morning, Professor Tinker.
What you saying, brother?
Man, welcome home.
Professor Rudy Tinker is on More 94.
Parliamentary Act of 1991. You told me 1991 today has been like 20-something years, and ain't nobody put some glasses on and reread this thing over and say this don't make no sense?
Oh, try something new, man. You got these young fellas there, these young whippersnappers. You holding them back with these old farts, man. Throw them out to the yard with the rest. You guys are awesome. I really like you.
Entertainment is on More.
Hey, you. Yeah, you in the car right now. You're listening to your favorite radio station, More 94. So guess what? Step out the car, pull out your smartphone, and keep listening. More music never stops. You can keep listening live on your phone with the More 94 mobile app.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's me, Sierra.
What up? It's yours truly, Kimmons.net, and I want to remind you to download the More 94 mobile app to receive hot exclusives to your phone. More 94 Live. More entertainment is on More 94. Yours truly, Big L in the building alongside Kimmons.net. It's the morning after show. Exclusive video stream. Now that's giving you more. Yeah, you know what it is. It's Rock Quilly, and it's all about the More 94 mobile app. It's your boy Cam the Comfort checking in. Right there on the beat. Hey, just search More 94, download and install. Available in your Google Play and Apple App Store. So if your favorite song is on, keep listening by hopping on the More 94 mobile app and press play. More entertainment on More 94.
You're listening to More 94, a service of More FM Company Limited, broadcast on 94.90 megahertz in New Providence, Grand Bahama, and surrounding islands. On the web at www.more94fm.com. We are the Bahamas Superstation.
Want to ask a question or contribute to today's show? The numbers to dial are 341-6673 or toll free 1-242-300-6673. WhatsApp or message at 816-8187.
And we're back. Remember, the number to dial if you want to call in is 341-6673, or feel free to WhatsApp us at 816-8187. We're talking about, males feeling disrespected. I have Rogue from our Facebook platform. He says, I talked to my wife. I told her what I needed and she ignored me. Today we are divorced and it's harsh, but I don't miss my marriage, not one day. It was pure torture and constant agony to want to be a man in an environment where she wanted to wear the pants. I was respected by my female colleagues at work. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, sir. But never in my own home. Felt like I had to draw blood to be who she wanted me to be. Her standards were high as blank. And now she is alone and contacts me constantly to be with her at night. And of course, she is the mother of my kids. So I go over and spend time with her from time to time. But ain't no way I'm going back there. That relationship is over. Wow.
Listen, I think women have to stop being passive aggressive and men are straightforward. If I come to you and say, Simone, is there an issue with this and that? You say, no, honey, no, that's all right. And I say, you sure? No.
Because we don't want to complain all the time.
But you're always complaining.
If I come to, like I said, you can't be passive aggressive. If I come to you and say, Sly, is there an issue? And let's deal with that now. Let's deal with this, whatever. No. I come back to you and I said,
you sure?
Is there an issue? No. Okay, there's no issue. But what happens is a lot of women tend to get upset because we don't press the issue no more because you saying there's no issue.
But we like that pressure. We like, y'all come on, y'all
it's not
really
that.
want to know.
It's not that. They want you. No, I'm going to be real, okay? Women want, you ever watch Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah.
They want you to deduce. They want you to look at the clues like Scooby-Doo, see the footprints that walk it, and then you come to them and say, is anything wrong? You know, because Scooby-Doo usually finds the person who did it a long time. And they'll be like, did you do it? No, I didn't do it. Then you pull off the mask, it's the same person. Right. Then you pull off the mask, it's the same person. You go to a woman, is this the issue? No, it's nothing to worry about it. They'll wait till you walk off, and you'll be like, all right, okay, cool, let me put my foot up. I'm done with it. Out of my head, I put my foot up. You really didn't ask me about this no more? Like, really? I have this issue. And you be like,
a lot of women expect men to read their minds and expect men to know. I mean, we don't know.
You should know something, so y'all
when we do know, Sherron, when we do know, you know what it is? We do know, we'll ask, and you know what y'all will still say? You didn't say all of it. You only knew a piece of it, but you should know all of it. We can't know all of it because you never tell us it in the first place. We've been playing Sherlock Holmes from the relationship started. Okay?
That is tiring.
It's very tiring.
Some women act like mothers to their husbands?
Yes.
You look annoyed.
I'm just saying. You know, if every woman could be like Oprah, right?
Oh,
like Oprah.
Like Oprah, you know, just like find a guy that's consistent and reward him for doing such. He supports you, you support him. You see Stedman? Stedman just there. She's a good and healthy Stedman. Stedman like 90, I think. But he looks like 40. Because Oprah is just like Stedman. I ain't gonna stress you about nothing. We got this money here. Just be here. Show up with your great self.
She's an alpha female, by the way.
Exactly. But you know what he did? He supported Oprah. Oprah was consistent in her efforts to be consistent with Stedman.
I guarantee you, anything she's saying, that how goes.
No. I think she submits to Stedman.
You think so?
I think Stedman is so
good. That's probably why the relationship worked out so long, because she's so used to being a boss in all different genres in her career.
I don't think she wants to relax when she gets on.
I think she wants a man to control. I mean, not.
You got the right control to lead her.
Because if you used to having to come up with the vision and plans and controlling everything,
you don't want control.
You want to come home to your man, being a man, and say, "That's an Oprah. That's a we ain't get to me."
I think that's why Stedman is so quiet. I think that's why he's so quiet in public and reserved. Because I think when he gets in there, he just be like,
"I think he can
get over here."
Right, and she likes that. I think she likes that.
Stallion like
I think all
I can tell Stedman.
I think all women like that in some way. The man to take control and say, "Come here, girl."
I know about all of that.
But I just personally think that if people were more consistent and more transparent in their relationships, you wouldn't have many issues. Because regardless of how much money you make, the money's gonna get spent either way. Your lifestyle is gonna go up either way, or it'll go down either way. But if you're consistent and you're transparent, you won't have any of these problems. Because if you respect your guy, and he sees that you respect him and it's consistent. Not, I respect you today, and I can talk to you like garbage tomorrow, and the day after that, and then I can tell you how I make more than you, and then come back and treat you good again.
I still think some men have an issue with it, though, and it's subliminal. Especially if they feel like pressure on themselves. Like, I want to do more. I want to be able to be on the same level as you. I think that sometimes they have an issue. You don't have to say anything or do anything. You just have to be and exist. And you, as a woman, you a strong woman. You always feel like you're on eggshells to protect that man's ego.
Right.
So you can't be yourself because you're trying to uplift him as a man and not make him feel less than. But he feels less than on his own.
Okay.
That's how I found it. I mean, you can't even communicate. Like, if you want to say, when the woman is excavating and you want to talk about something and you would press and say, well, explain. What do you mean by that? Oh, why are you trying to talk to me like a man? You think you guys a man?
No, it ain't that. It's nagging, though. That's all it is.
Not nagging. Oh, my God. You're trying to talk.
Well, it's been a wrap. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my panelists, Simone, Terrio, and Abaco, for being a part of the show today. I'm sure the women out there identify with some of the issues mentioned here and will curb their behavior to be a little more loving to their men. Would you like to say any last tips?
The only thing I would say is communication is the key to any
situation. Yeah. What about you, Simone? Chomp it on them.
Oh my gosh, you got me by surprise. But I think from a woman's point of view that we do need to understand and respect men, and we need to honor them in their manhood. And especially as strong women, we got to be able to step back and allow a man to be a man, allow him to be needed.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that you should just be consistent and accepting. And that should keep things kosher.
Cool. Humans are designed to be selfish. We are wired to save ourselves when there's when that's the only option to save one. But while this is the case, taking the hands of a whole human being has some expectations affixed to it that suggest that you are willing to try to love that person like none other. So essentially, if I am able to find a love that compares or supersedes the love that you give me, well, honey, you got some stepping up to do. Never assume that a man is without feelings. Men cry too, men hurt as well. And although it's not the norm, it's fact. I get it. Sometimes life has a way of stealing us away in so many different directions. We forget sometimes to reevaluate and to make those things that are paramount exactly that, paramount. Don't lose at the game of love because you are too busy or think of yourself as superior. He is a man. Love he needs. Compliment him as you expect to be complimented. Love him as you desire love. Until next time, love hard. I'm your girl Sly, and this is Sly Talk. Like what you heard here today and want to be a part of the steamy conversations discussed here on Sly Talk? Like us, follow us, and join the conversation on Facebook or on Instagram at SLYTalk. Also, visit the Sly Talk YouTube page for today's show and previous Sly Talk episodes. Never miss another show.